Question, real estate in California. What the Seriously, can someone help? What's an escrow? What's an ARM? What is an REO? What is pre-approval? Can I get pre-approval? Why is inventory so low? Why are interest rates so high? Oh, interest rates not so high? How low is low? How not so high is right.
Before you go down the road of questions, get expert help at championsofhome.com. California Association of Realtors. Who's your realtor?
Hi, this is Jill Schlesinger, CBS News business analyst, certified financial planner, and the host of the Jill on Money podcast. Beginning, middle, or end of the year, it's always a great time to take control of your financial life. And the Jill on Money podcast is here to help. Your questions make it possible for me to provide unconventional and entertaining insights on your money, and more importantly, on your life. Follow and listen to Jill on Money wherever you get your podcasts.
Through the woods, or through Lindsay Wallace. This was Anna's daily dilemma. She hated the woods, especially this time of day, just before it got dark. A dark, haunting gray. It felt claustrophobic. Not just to her, but to everyone around town. It had a reputation as being haunted, had a dark history. Most hauntings can easily be dismissed, but these woods were steeped in history. Anna knew that. It's why her and every other person in the town of Willow Falls, under the age of 21, avoided these woods like the plague. Once you hit 21, your mindset began to shift into more of a, this is a great place to drink cheap beer and try to get lucky type of nirvana. Anna wasn't there yet. Freshly 16, she stared at the woods. And then the town road. Dilemma. She draped her black hoodie up over the back of her head, and then rolled up the bottom of her jeans. This was common attire for Anna, enigmatic and indiscreet. That's how she once described herself during a homeroom meeting in 6th grade, when the class had to introduce themselves. It was the first of several times a teacher or guidance counselor had suggested that she got professional help. The woods were a question mark. A terrifying question mark, but a question mark nonetheless. The town road was not a question mark. She knew what would happen if she went that way. It was the same thing that happened to her every time she got out of school late. She would walk past Lindsay, or one of Lindsay's minions, as they would shout out horrible things. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Bullshit, Anna thought. Words hurt. They hurt bad. They sting. Screw it, Anna thought. It was later than normal. Even Lindsay and her minions couldn't spend all night walking down Main Street to shop and eat. They had to go home sometime. And so, Anna went down the main street of town, tightening her backpack, until she heard it. Anna smell! Hey, Anna smell! She stopped. They were right behind her. All 3 minions. Kelly, Steph, Caitlin. Let the competition for biggest bitch commence, she thought, as they surrounded her. Anna, you know they have these things called showers, where you wipe the dirt off. It's the newest thing, girlfriend. Anna had heard that one before, from Lindsay. At least write your own material, she thought. She loves the smell of her own filth. Isn't that right, you little skank? All 3 minions sounded the same at this point. Interchangeable voices of insecurity. She uses her smell to lure idiots. It's like a slutty superpower. Right, Anna smell? Anna couldn't hold it in anymore. He kissed me. What did you say, you little whore? She knew that voice. That was Lindsay. Apparently, she had been circling the bloody waters, waiting for the right moment to strike. What did you say? I said, he kissed. Lindsay pushed Anna down to the ground and then spit on her. "Hey," an older voice shouted from nearby, stopping the altercation. "Stay there," Lindsay commanded. "It's where you belong, next to the sewers, gutter rat." Lindsay walked away, followed by the minions as the older voice, belonging to Mrs. Hart, emerged next to Anna, kneeling down. Mrs. Hart owned the local bookstore, which had become a safe haven for Anna during her walks home or weekend afternoons away from her house. "Are you okay, Anna? Those girls are such fools. Never mind them." Anna got up, tightening her backpack, and then heading quickly away from the town street, back towards the woods that crept in from the other side of the road. "Do you want to ride, Anna?" Mrs. Hart yelled out, which Anna ignored, pedaling quickly out into the deep, dense green woods as the sun began to shift. It's not as if it was the first time Anna had ridden through these ominous woods. She had done so plenty of times, as many times as anyone else had in town. Parking your car to get laid? Sure, other people have done that a lot. But riding through from end to end, Anna might be the winner. Excluding, of course, Six-Pack Jack, a local Looney Tune who had taken up permanent residency in the woods for reasons that vary depending on who you're asking. Anna knew the quickest route through the woods, keeping her tunnel vision ignoring any odd sounds and sights that she knew her tricky mind loved to play on her. As she went through the woods, her grandparents and most of the other grandparents in town loved to tell tales of spooky sightings in the woods. Your standard spooky fare: witches, werewolves, Willy Wonka. That last one was not a joke, at least in the eyes of Six-Pack Jack. He swears to have seen the real Willy Wonka living in the woods, and according to some, he spends his days trying to find Willy and his endless supply of gold. Thinking about this made Anna smile. What a delightfully goofy story. The kind of story that she would tell her kids one day, when she was gone from this town and all of its monsters, when she was somewhere very far away. The dreams of her future acted as a security blanket, something to keep her warm at night when the realities of tomorrow made her cold. She sped up as she approached the creek. Folklore or not, the creek was creepy. At night or during the day, it didn't matter. Anna didn't know the reasoning, but there was an eerie fog that seemed to hover around the creek. An older boy tried to explain it to her once. Joey Bleckner. She thought it was interesting until he tried putting his hand up her shirt. She slapped his hand away. The next day, rumors spread that she had put her hand down his pants. When she confronted him, his friends called her a slut. She was embarrassed that she called out sick for the next 3 days. Her dad never even noticed. Once I get past the creek, she thought, I can breathe again. There's something about that fog. And then she saw it. Orange. It was beckoning her from the edge of the woods. It was too big and restrained to be a fire. Fire moved. This was still. Her body kept pedaling towards it, transfixed as if it was a big magnet. Her eyes glowed orange as she got closer. Grave opening. How did she never notice this store before? She knew every store in town. Everyone did. It was that kind of town. Everyone knew everything and everyone. She had ridden her bike out of the woods onto the street countless times. She loved this street because it meant she was out of the woods. And the street was dead. Literally, dead end. With just a couple old stores and shops that had closed down decades ago. The giant orange letters glowing in the dark. They lit up her whole body as she stood there, next staring up at them. The store stood alone, as if it dropped out of the sky. Sepulcher. The writing of the word was slick, had an ancient vibe to it that felt carefully put together. This person cared, Anna thought. What kind of font was that? And could she steal it for herself? Sepulcher. Was that the name of the person who owned the store? Anna was curious. She felt drawn towards the store. It was the only store open on this dead-end, once bustling street. On both sides were for sale signs that had been there since the dawn of time, at least in Anna's mind. Across the street were closed-up office spaces. Everyone in town was scared to set up shop over here, ever since the flood of 1991. This was built up before the contractors and architects had any sense of how much damage being this close to the lake could endure. It had been nearly 16 years since the flood, and these tiny buildings and shops still lay dormant, excluding Buff's Bar. An out-of-state Texan tried to capture the spirit of Dallas by setting up a bar on the remote edge of town by itself. That lasted just over 15 months when residue from Hurricane Hank flooded the entire bar, making it unsalvageable. There are pictures of the flood on the second floor of the local library. The basement looks like a swimming pool. Nobody ever tried to open up here again. But the mayor refused to tear anything down, believing that it represented possibilities. Fat chance. It was a ghost street. The kind of place you warned your kids not to ride around at night. Until now. "Come in, young lady," an elder, gravelly voice bellowed, standing in front of the store, and his silhouette lit up from behind by the glowing orange perfectly suited for Halloween, was a man wearing a retro vintage steampunk medieval coat. His gray hair and perfect skin made it hard to tell what age he was. His teeth shined. He had a face that beamed as he raised his hands up in the air, welcoming. "A world of adventure awaits you." "When did you open?" Anna asked, meekly. "Why, we opened right about." The man looked at his watch. "Now! The store is not officially open until the first customer arrives. My name is Hugo. I'm the owner of this establishment." Anna looked on inquisitively, intrigued but skeptical by nature. Her nervous energy was palpable, exhibited most easily by her now bleeding nose. "Crap," Anna said, low as she took out a tissue and began to stick half up each side of each nostril. "Sorry," she said, apologetically. "Nonsense, Anna. There is nothing to apologize for. We have first aid available inside the store." "How do you know my name was Anna?" "Why, it says as much on your backpack." It did, Anna thought, looking backwards, embarrassed. "Right. You seem like a festive lady. Are you in the market for a Halloween costume?" "Actually," Anna said, "yeah." "Well then, step right up. A world of adventure awaits you. We have the finest variety of Halloween costumes you have ever seen. Don't believe me? Let your eyes decide." Hugo sidestepped, his arms extended towards the front entrance. Anna couldn't see past the majestic orange glow inviting her inside the store. Hugo stood there, almost frozen in time, like one of those wax statues you see of celebrities in Hollywood. Can I lock up my bike?" Anna said. "Oh, no need for that, my dear girl. Nobody will steal that around here, I can assure you. We run a very tight ship. Thieves will be treated with extreme discretion, an act for which we have zero tolerance. You and your vehicle are safe. You have my word, and my word is the law." Anna stood idle, her various anxieties arm wrestling for attention. She couldn't help feeling drawn towards the store. The entrance almost hummed. She started to move closer, but something inside of her told her to stop. She looked down to her feet. The orange glow stopped just short of her boots. "Only 6 days until Halloween, Anna. The clock is ticking. Tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock." Hugo lightly swung his head back and forth, imitating the ticking and talking of this clock. "Sepulcher? Is that your name?" Anna said out loud, delaying the inevitable. "Why, yes. The word sepulcher is derived from the Latin word sepulchrum, meaning place where someone is buried. Very apropos for a place to celebrate Halloween, if I do say so myself. I suppose the kid in me never left. This is still my favorite time of year, that brisk little chill that runs up your spine when the season shifts to autumn.
The festive exuberance of children frolicking through the streets while collecting their favorite treats. This, my dear, is time to celebrate who you really are. And that, Anna, is why I opened my store. So people can stop living behind their masks.
Anna stood there for a moment. It was a good pitch, as if Madison Avenue had spent their morning trying to find the perfect commercial spot just for her. She had felt this way for some time, living behind a mask, never feeling accepted, an outsider peeking through the shades. But you sell masks? Anna said, as much of a question as it was a statement. Ambivalence, masquerading as sarcasm. One of Anna's standard demeanors. She was still standing on the plank, debating whether or not to jump in. They both knew it, but her wry smile was a positive indication that Hugo seemed to pick up on.
The mask is only temporary, my dear, merely a stepping stone to see your real self. Sometimes we need a little nudge to find our way. Tell you what, why don't you take this on the house?
Hugo reached out, the white teeth of his smile lighting up his entire face like a candle. He was holding something small. Anna squinted towards the object. What is it? She asked, intrigued.
A pentacle worn by Bridget Bishop.
Come on, Anna said. This can't be real. Bridget Bishop was... The odds of the stranger offering her something worn by Bridget Bishop, the first woman who had been hung during the Salem witch trials. A woman of serious historical significance, at least to Anna. And as far as she knew, only Anna. About 2 years ago, her aunt had given her a bracelet that she claimed to have powers. Wiccan powers, she said. Anna didn't know what a Wiccan was. Her aunt gave her some books about Wiccans, who they were, what they represented, what they believed in. Some of it was spooky. Some of it wasn't. Wiccans seemed to have a kinship with Mother Earth that Anna loved. An appreciation for the beauty in nature and spirits. That's when Anna started to dress differently. She wore cloaks, robes, bracelets, jewelry. She became a sore thumb. Classmates made fun of her. They called her weird, freak, psycho. But she didn't care. She felt alive in these clothes. After about a year, people got tired of caring about her. And then Luke Stone asked her to the dance.
Question, real estate in California. What the Seriously, can someone help? What's an escrow? What's an ARM? What is an REO? What is pre-approval? Can I get pre-approval? Why is inventory so low? Why are interest rates so high? Oh, interest rates not so high? How low is low? How not so high is right.
Before you go down the road of questions, get expert help at championsofhome.com. California Association of Realtors. Who's your realtor?
She didn't even know Luke Stone. Not really. They'd lived on the same street. Before her parents had gotten divorced. Before her mom had gotten sick. Before her world was not her world anymore and she became angry. Angry that her mother was no longer there. She lived in a tiny apartment across town with her dad. Far from idyllic. Far from Luke Stone. So when the teacher assigned lab partners in biology class and paired them up together, old sparks that had been left dormant shot to the surface. You were my first crush, he told Anna. Me? Anna said, shocked. Luke explained every detail. They'd gone trick-or-treating together when they were young. She was a mermaid. He was Dick Tracy. Maybe it was all the candy corn. Luke laughed, but he insisted it was the nerves. He told her how much he regretted not kissing her, how much he missed having her on the street, how sad he was that her mom had gotten sick, how happy he was that they had been assigned to be lab partners. Sometimes they would meet up in the library after school to do homework. They had grown up. They were 16 now. 16 is a long way from 7. The age they were that one fateful night when they trick-or-treated. "I'm not nervous anymore," he said. She knew what he meant. Her heart was racing. She had never kissed anyone before. Everyone thought she was too weird, especially the jocks, which was what Luke Stone was. He was only 16 and already starting for the high school football team. Opposites attract. Apparently, that wasn't a Hallmark slogan. "What about Lindsay?" she asked. "I don't like Lindsay. People think we should be together, but I don't. She's boring," he said. "She doesn't make me feel anything. You do. You make me feel something." He asked her if she wanted a ride home. She said yes. Actually, she didn't even say yes. She just nodded and smiled. The kind of smile you could use as a spiritual currency for the rest of your life. The kind of smile that makes you float. They talked and laughed the whole ride home, as her bike laid across his trunk through the back seat of his 2005 Jeep Cherokee. Hot car for a hot guy, she thought. She dreaded each passing minute, knowing that this moment might be fleeting. He pulled up just outside her apartment complex. She thanked him for the ride. He thanked her for being beautiful, inside and out. It was cheesy, yet perfect. He leaned in. Word spread quick the next day. She walked into school and felt like a magnet. All eyes seemed to be on her. She went from invisible to visible. It was claustrophobic. She felt the world closing in on her. She knew something was wrong, even before she walked into science class and saw that Luke Stone was no longer her lab partner. Her new lab partner was Corey Mankus. Luke was with Jay Monick in the back of the room. Didn't even look at her. Not once. All she could think about was Luke. Had she done something wrong? Should she have let him gone further? Was he mad at her? Why? What had she done wrong? They were in the library for crying out loud, and he technically had a girlfriend. Anna was so confused. She tried to walk up to Luke after class ended in the hallway, but was intercepted by Lindsay Wallace. The smack was quick and hard. Her right eye swelled up and her eyebrow was bleeding from the ring on Lindsay's finger. All of her friends stood above Anne and laughed. Her nose ring had fallen off and kicked aside by one of the minions. "Slut," Lindsay screamed from up above, followed by a spit right into Anna's hair. Lindsay and the minions walked away. Anna was alone. Last time she felt this alone was when her mother passed away. When she could see the light dim from her mother's eyes as she sat in the hospital chair, watching her drift off into the next life. The loneliness she felt as she left her mother's hospital room was a feeling she hoped to never experience again. But she did. Right here in this high school hallway, sitting on the cold floor, one hand reached down. Anna looked up. Jamie Balzari, the one person more tormented than her. Jamie was rarely in school. He was skinny with bad acne caused by a rare skin condition. His social anxiety was so bad that he would miss days, sometimes weeks at a time. His medication and therapy were mocked by the bullies. The real bullies. Lindsay was bad, but she wasn't as bad as Joey Bleckner. Bleckner and his boys seemed to really enjoy putting people down. They fed on pain. It was the only thing to satisfy their appetite based off insecurity. At least Lindsay was fueled by revenge. Joey Bleckner? He was fueled by evil. Anna took Jamie's hand and stood up. She thanked him. Before she could say another word, Jamie ran off down the hallway in his stilted, awkward footing. Anna started to walk down the hallway until she stopped and went into the bathroom. Luke Stone had made her forget about the pain. He had made her feel seen, alive, but that was gone now, replaced by something else. It was a bitter feeling, angry, resentful. That's when she got rid of the cloaks, the robes, the jewelry, the bracelets. Power? Anna thought. I'm powerless. She burned it. All of it. Higher power? That's for suckers. Anna began to hide. Hooded sweatshirts, jeans, boots, long dark black hair. She faded back into obscurity. Luke never looked at her again. But Lindsay did. So did the minions. They looked at her any chance they got, so she would never forget what could happen if she messed with Lindsay's man, even though he had kissed her. But nobody knew that, except her and Luke.
Free of charge,
Hugo exclaimed. Free? Anna questioned. Why?
because I like your spirit, young lady. Consider it a taste before the meal.
Anna took the pentacle. She felt its material. It was heavy. Very heavy. For something so small. The metal felt resilient and smooth. The 5 stars pointing in different directions to create the shape of a star. As she flipped it over, a small beam of light hit her eyes. It was hypnotic.
I have a whole aisle of complimentary selections, Hugo boasted. Robes, cloaks, bracelets, jewelry, steeped in history. Manufactured to capture the spirit of those who came and went before us. They are still with us, Anna. They live on through you.
Anna continued to stare at the pinnacle. Thank you, but I really can't. The light shut off. Anna looked up. The store was closed. Hugo was gone. Anna looked in all directions. Nothing. No sign of life. But the pinnacle remained in her hand.
Question: real estate in California. What the Seriously, can someone help? What's an escrow? What's an ARM? What is an REO? What is pre-approval? Can I get pre-approval? Why is inventory so low? Why are interest rates so high? Oh, interest rates not so high? How low is low? How not so high is right.
Before you go down the road of questions, get expert help at championsofhome.com. California Association of Realtors. Who's your realtor?
Did you eat yet? Anna turned from inside the doorway of her apartment to see her father staring up at her from the recliner stationed 6 feet from the TV. No, Anna said. Did you? I was waiting for you, her dad said, with sad puppy dog eyes. I'll cook you something. Make enough for you too. That was Dad's version of cooking. Telling you to cook for yourself while cooking for him. This was a common exchange. Anna was well versed in making late dinners for 2, even though it really meant make a dinner for Dad and a lunch for herself. The apartment was small. Her room was previously a living room, now had a makeshift bookshelf acting as a wall. Privacy was a rare commodity. Dad didn't have it much better, though he did have an actual bedroom door. The tiny shared bathroom that Anna had to keep clean. A kitchen with only 3 of 4 burners that worked. They had gotten a deal on the apartment after her mom passed away. It wasn't much, but at least it was theirs. For now. Until someone decided that this part of town that had once been vibrant but now lay dormant was worth investing in. This side of town was less than affectionately referred to as Buy Low, a mocking play on the actual name of Byram. The apartment was quiet. Dad was quiet. Anna filled the air with conversations inside her head. Sometimes she would wonder what her and her mom would have talked about, the questions her mom would have asked, the answers Anna would have given. Instead, it was mostly just quiet. Dad didn't used to be this quiet. He used to be a storyteller. We used to sit at a table for dinner. Now we stared at the TV. Anna confided to Luke Stone about this once. He said it was like playing to win versus playing not to lose. Anna didn't really understand what he meant until this moment. Her dad stopped playing to win, seeking out life versus letting life come to you. It was sad. She thought about saying something. She thought a lot about saying something. But she worried it would hurt him too much to have him open up that much after spending so many years keeping himself closed in. As she waited for the water to boil, she took the pentacle out of her pocket and stared at it, marveling at how smooth it felt against her fingers. This couldn't have really belonged to Bridget Bishop. But it was a good sell. A good story to tell an eager, lonely teenager like Anna. She knew she was an easy mark. Maybe too easy, she thought. As much as she tried to be invisible, that probably just made her more visible. Her lack of transparency was catching up to her. Maybe it was time to start taking chances again. Be yourself. Something she had never really been before. I like your hair. What? Your hair. It looks nice today. Anna was confused. For multiple reasons. First off, Corey Mankus never talked to her. They had been lab partners for nearly 3 months, and they never talked. Not really. Just about the assignment. Whatever benign assignment they had for that day. They were colleagues. But casual conversation? No, never. Corey was one notch above Jamie Balzari. He was bullied back in middle school. By guess who? Joey Bleckner. One day, Joey's best friend at the time, Jordan Simon, decided it would be really funny to put super glue in Corey's seat. Anna remembers what happened like it was yesterday. Corey stood up to give his presentation, and the seat was stuck to his butt. Joey, Jordan, and the minions laughed hysterically while Corey tried to take the seat off. It wouldn't tear off. Apparently, some of the glue seeped through Corey's pants and onto his skin. So, when the teacher finally tore the seat off, some of his skin ripped off. Nobody got in trouble, even though we all knew it was Joey or one of the minions. Being the high-minded criminals that they were, they had tossed the glue away before the teacher showed up. There was no evidence. Jordan never got in trouble. Joey never got in trouble. And Corey had to miss a week of school. A rumor spread that Corey had tried to kill himself. After that, people just left him alone. Even the bullies backed off. That's when they set their eyes on Jamie. Jamie just took it. When he was at school, at least. He was like a dartboard with unlimited throws. He seemed almost unfazed, which made him only a bigger target. You look good in red. That was the second reason. Red? Anna said. Yeah, it looks nice. Corey couldn't even keep eye contact when he said the word nice, but Anna was just confused. She pulled a loose strand of hair that was dangling from beneath her snow cap and looked at it. It was red. Anna walked into the girls' bathroom and headed straight for the mirror. Her short black hair was now long and red. Dark red. She froze. How was this possible? Her mind raced with solutions. Could hair color drastically shift overnight? Did she sleepwalk and change her hair color? Every option was more absurd than last. Between fleeting moments of panic, her mind realized something else. The dark red tone of her hair matched her cold white cheekbones impeccably. She looked Good.
Nice hair, bitch. Is that dyed from period blood?
Anna turned. It was Kelly Glover. Minion number 1. She walked over to Anna and lifted a piece of her hair up towards her nose and made a disgusted face.
Ugh,
Kelly said.
it reeks. You should wash that shit out.
Anna smacked her hand away. You should shut your mouth.
What did you say, you little whore?
Kelly got right up into Anna's face. I said, shh. Anna put her finger up in front of her lips. A cold breeze passed out of her mouth right into Kelly's mouth. Kelly's body tensed up as she took a step backwards. Before she noticed it, her mouth was shutting. No, that wasn't it, she thought, panicked, backing against the wall, her hands feeling around her face. It didn't make sense. She ran up to the mirror to confirm what she felt. Kelly's mouth was gone. Kelly began screaming through her nose, tears streaming down her face. Anna stood there, watching, scared. Kelly was having a nervous meltdown. What was happening to her? Was she hallucinating? Kelly ran out of the bathroom, bursting out of the door and darting down the hallway. Anna felt around in her pocket for something. The pentacle. Maybe Hugo wasn't lying. Maybe this pentacle really had belonged to Bridget Bishop. What else could have explained what she had just seen? Unless this was a dream. But it felt real. And Anna never had happy dreams. The only dreams she ever remembered were nightmares. Anna put the pentacle back into her pocket and looked back up at herself in the mirror. She smiled. When she sat back down next to Corey, he immediately noticed something. It wasn't that her snow cap was gone, or her hooded sweatshirt was gone, replaced by long flowing red hair and a lacy black top showing off her milky white skin. It was a sense of confidence. She could feel Corey looking at her. She could feel other boys looking at her, but not how they used to look at her. This was different. This wasn't out of curiosity. This was out of hunger. Even Luke was looking. Gym class was moronic. Anna had always thought this, even before it became a breeding ground of hostility, a safe space for students to accidentally injure each other over petty discrepancies. But today, she didn't care about gym. She cared about what had happened to Kelly Glover. Did that really happen? Anna's forehead smashed against her locker, stunning her. She turned. Pushed against her locker, standing there, was Steph Caprizi, minion number 2. What the hell did you do to Kelly? She had to be sent home because of something you said to her. What did you say to her, freak? Several classmates turned towards them. Everyone loved a good catfight. Did she have a mouth? Anna asked. What? What the hell does that mean? Did she have a... How about I smack you in the mouth, slut? Anna paused, and then felt a cool calm wash over her. She smiled. Oh, you think this is funny? I'm gonna beat your ass, bitch. That's gonna be tough stuff. Anna leaned in and whispered, without hands. Steph looked down. Her hands had been replaced by 2 bloody stumps, oozing bones and mucus dripping out of her wrists like spaghetti. Steph screamed as loud as she could. Several students walked over trying to calm her down, but she just kept screaming until Mrs. Ramos came running out of her office, trying to console her. What's wrong, Steph? What's wrong? My hands, my hands. And Steph screamed, falling backwards onto the cold locker room floor, kicking against the bench in horror. What about your hands? Your hands are fine. Are you hurt? What's wrong? Steph began vomiting on the floor and peeing through her gym shorts. All the students stood by, covering their mouths at the smell. One of them took out a cell phone and started to record her wailing around on the floor. My hands! It's fine, Steph. You're fine. Look, Look at your hands. Mrs. Ramos grabbed Steph's hands and showed them to her. She had hands. Perfectly normal hands. Steph's breathing began to rapidly decelerate. Her shaking arms, trembling head, vibrating legs. None of it made sense. She was having a full meltdown in front of the entire girls' locker room. Come on, hon. Let's get you to the nurse's office. Girls, look away, please. Mrs. Ramos gently picked up Steph and walked her out of the locker room. Anna smiled, turned to the other girls and said, "Better than kickball?" The girls laughed.
Question: real estate in California. What the Seriously, can someone help? What's an escrow? What's an ARM? What is an REO? What is pre-approval? Can I get pre-approval? Why is inventory so low? Why are interest rates so high? Oh, interest rates not so high? How low is low? How not so high is right?
Before you go down the road of questions, get expert help at championsofhome.com. California Association of Realtors. Who's your realtor?
I'm Mark Solinger, producer and one of the hosts of the Moth podcast. For nearly 2 decades, The Moth has brought live storytelling to stages around the world and to millions of listeners. These are real people telling true stories from their lives. Stories about a lost family recipe, about working to free a wrongfully convicted man, about realizing you need to leave your May-December romance. Stories that will move you, surprise you, make you laugh. Stories you can't forget. Join us. Follow and listen to The Moth wherever you get your podcasts.
The blueberry muffins were epic. Mass Cafe had blueberry muffins that would turn you from a girl to a woman. Unhealthy? Who cares? Anna and her mom used to come here all the time when they were kids. It was her reward for going to church. Her mom was an interior designer who had helped design it back when it first opened. They didn't even charge them for the muffins. The facade was painted black and forest green, with awnings that bear the restaurant's name in custom hand lettering, with swoops and soft curves referencing the design within. It was gorgeous, the first and only Lebanese cuisine in town, a place the cool kids could hang out after school because the owner was a big booster for the high school football team, and you could get discounts depending on how you played last Friday. It also meant that Anna hadn't had a blueberry muffin from Mast in forever. Lindsay and her minions had taken over this territory. For them, a place to get salad and a cute group photo. For Anna, it was memories of her mother. When she walked in, she was shocked at how little of it had changed. "What can I get you, dear?" "Blueberry muffin, please." "Very well." "No, 2, please." "Did you want that to go?" "No, I'll have it for here. Thank you." Nabila, the sweet old Lebanese woman who used to give her blueberry muffins as a child. She couldn't blame her for not remembering. Anna took a breath. Almost 10 years ago, the amount of time her mom had been gone had never really hit her until now. She remembered why she loved this place so much, why teenagers still love this place so much. It had an indescribable vibe, something you couldn't plan in the blueprint, something that could only be achieved by the people who inhabit the space. She missed being out here. All the years she had to avoid it because she wasn't part of the crowd who consumed it. But that was gone now. This was her space. Until Caitlin Burgess walked in. Minion number 3. She leaned down into the booth. "Look at me." "What?" Anna said. "Look at me, you little psycho. I don't know what you're doing, but whatever it is, you need to stop. Right now. Do you understand? Or I will hurt you, okay? I will hurt you." "Oh, Caitlin," Anna said. "Whatever do you mean?" Anna put the blueberry muffin up to her mouth. Caitlin hit it out of her hand. It landed on the floor. "You think you're funny, freak? You think I'm playing games?" "That was my muffin." "Oh, really, Anna?" "Choke on it, cunt." Caitlin's head smashed against the table, breaking her nose into 6 different directions. She fell backwards onto the floor, blood spewing out of her face. Nabila ran over with her apron, trying to stop the bleeding. Oh dear, here, Here, take this. Caitlin got back up, charged towards Anna, at which point, Anna blew a soft air kiss. Caitlin's knees inverted. She screamed. Her legs turned into V's as her knees stuck out the wrong side. Everyone in the cafe turned to look at her. She tried to scream at Anna. You freak! Caitlin smashed her face against the table again, knocking herself out cold. She lay on the floor as blood spewed out of her nose, rolling down her cheeks. Nabila and nearby customers ran over, trying to stop the bleeding, frantically. Anna cut her blueberry muffin in half and took a bite. It was sweeter than she remembered. Through Lindsay Wallace, the dilemma was gone. The woods were not an option. Not today, not ever again. Main Street was hers again. All the shops she used to love. All the shops she never even had a chance to love. Because of that kiss. The kiss from him. The past 3 months had been an everlasting nightmare. That was over now. She was going to take her sweet-ass time walking down Main Street. And she did exactly that. She went into every store she saw. She tried on clothes. She sampled food. She made new friends. An entire world in her backyard that, until now, had been frozen in time. She went from door to door, shop to shop, person to person, waiting, praying that Lindsay would show up. But she didn't. And now it was dark. As creepy as the woods were, technically, they were a shortcut. Going through the woods saved Anna about 40 minutes on her commute. An extra 40 minutes was nothing if it meant she didn't have to go through those woods, past that creepy creek and bizarre fog. Plus, it was cold. Only the cold didn't bother her tonight. She seemed to embrace it. She didn't even need her sweatshirt or snow cap. Blood felt warmer. She felt warmer. Screw it, she thought, and went through the woods. The woods were different tonight. All those noises that go bump in the night, the unsettling whispers of isolation, they were gone. Anna felt a peace riding through, as if she was gliding. At times, it felt like she wasn't even pedaling. She closed her eyes and let the cold wind blow through her new, red, flowing hair. It was euphoric. Before she could even check her watch, she was home, and there it was, sitting in front of her apartment complex. 2005 Jeep Cherokee. Luke was standing against the side of his car, arms folded. He waved softly. "Can we talk?" he said. "No," Anna said. "We can't." "Please," Luke pleaded. "Come on, just let me apologize." "No, not tonight. Not ever. Anna, please, I love you." "You?" Anna paused. "You love me?" Screeching honks were heard pulling up beside the desolate street. Bursting out of her 2010 VW Jetta with a personalized LNZEE license plate was Lindsay, main minion. She didn't even turn off her engine. Or her lights. "I knew it! You piece of shit!" Lindsay barked at Luke. "Go home, Lindsay." "Oh, go home, Luke? Go home? You screwed me last night in this piece of shit Jeep and now I have to go home? So you can screw this skank instead? Really? This freak? I told you what would happen if you did this again, didn't I? Didn't I warn you, you little bitch?" "Lindsay, go home," Luke ordered, trying to block Lindsay's warpath towards Anna. "No. This whore thinks just because her mother is dead, she can do whatever she wants." Dead. Time froze when Anna heard that word. "What did you say?" "You heard me." Anna didn't need magic for this one. She grabbed the back of Lindsay's head and smashed her face with her kneecap. Lindsay fell backwards onto the cold cement road. Anna stood over Lindsay, straddled her, picked her bleeding face up off the ground, and smashed the right side of her face in one punch. Half of Lindsay's teeth spitting out of her mouth like crushed Tic Tacs. She picked her face up again, and this time she smashed the left side of her face. Anna, stop. What are you doing? Anna turned to look at Luke. What am I doing? Anna stood up. I didn't do anything. You saw it for yourself, Luke. Lindsay's body got up. By itself. As if lifted by imaginary spirits. Her body now standing, with a caved-in face, drooped down, arms and legs like jelly, and proceeded to glide over towards the car, getting into the front seat. What the? Luke watched in horror. How was this happening? Anna continued. She came here furious, drunk, and then, wouldn't you know it, she drove straight into that tree. Lindsay's car accelerated onto the gas. Her car rammed straight into the tree, sending her body flying out of the windshield and rolling through the dirt. Oh my God, Luke screamed. What the hell? How did you wanted to talk, right, Luke? You wanted to talk to me? Or did you, maybe, want something else? Anna walked up into the face of a petrified Luke who was now standing against the side of his car in horror. As Anna seductively placed her hand just above his crotch and smiled. You don't deserve me. Or that. Anna took her hand away and started to walk towards the apartment complex. Luke felt something was immediately off. Different. He had lost something. He turned pale white and then frantically began to unbuckle his pants, and he looked down. Luke screamed loud enough for the entire town to hear him. Just as Anna closed her front door. Her dad looked up at her. Did you eat? He asked. Anna stood there for a moment, and then walked over towards his recliner, picked the TV remote off his TV tray, turned off the TV, and said, You're taking me out tonight, Dad. Okay. Dad nodded, transfixed. Someplace nice. Someplace Mom would have liked. Okay. Dad nodded. Wear something nice. Okay. Dad got up and walked into his room. Anna sat down on the recliner and put her feet up. She saw something in the reflection of her TV. Something sitting right where she was. In her dad's recliner. Dressed just like her. It was Bridget Bishop. Anna smiled and said, Well, I'll be damned.
Oh, where the shadows start to creep, filling up the nights we keep searching for the light, wandering through the silent fright. And I say, hopefully we'll find it, hopefully we'll know. I hope that we see the sunrise as we drift where the wild wind blows. Time is fleeting, it won't wait for you. So much to learn, so much to pursue. You just keep dreaming, dreaming till it's real. When you feel the warmth, you start to heal. I say hope's a whisper, so close you can hear it.
Question: real estate in California. What the Seriously, can someone help? What's an escrow? What's an ARM? What is an REO? What is pre-approval? Can I get pre-approval? Why is inventory so low? Why are interest rates so high? Oh, interest rates not so high? How low is low? How not so high is right.
Before you go down the road of questions, get expert help at championsofhome.com. California Association of Realtors. Who's your realtor?
I'm Sarah Austin Janess, The Moth's executive producer and longtime host of The Moth podcast. Every week, we share true stories told live and without notes by real people from all walks of life. Stories about disastrous haircuts, May-December romances, photographing Pluto, fighting for justice, and so much more. Some stories make you laugh, some make you think, and many stay with you long after they're told. Discover the power of story. Follow and listen to The Moth wherever you get your podcasts.